Honda has built some of the most legendary engines of all time. Some are absolute masterpieces that defined an era and helped shape the tuner culture that we know today. But there were a few that didn't quite live up to the Honda namesake. Today, we're breaking down the 5 best Honda engines ever built and the 2 absolute worst ones that you should avoid at all costs. Kicking off our list of the 5 best Honda engines ever built, number 5 we have the B16A. The B16A was Honda's first production engine with VTEC, and it changed the game. At just 1.6 liters, it made up to 160 horsepower and screamed all the way past 8,000 RPM, which was unheard of at the time. The B16A was found in the Integra XSI as well as the Civic, CRX, and Del Sol SIR models. It was lightweight, durable, and it loved being abused. This engine is basically what started the Honda tuner culture, proving you didn't need displacement to embarrass bigger cars. In later revisions, Honda was able to squeeze out even more horsepower, making this one of their most iconic engines ever built. Coming in at number 4, we have the B18C. The B18C in the Integra Type R took everything the B16 started with and improved on it. With 197 horsepower from just 1.8 liters, it was one of the highest specific outputs of any engine in its time. The B18C had a red line of 8,300 RPM and a rev limit of 8,900. Honda took every lesson they learned from the previous B series and created this masterpiece. I mean, this was my grail growing up. I remember sitting on my bed and drooling over pictures of the JDM Type R with the B18C in my issues of Super Street and Import Tuner. Absolutely legendary. Coming in at number 3, we have the K20A2. The K series was Honda's evolution into the 2000s, and the K20A2 was its crown jewel. This motor was found in the EP3 Civic Type R and the Acura RSX Type S. Unlike the economy-focused K20A1, this version had upgraded cams, a higher flowing PRB intake manifold, and larger intake and exhaust ports. Its compression ratio was slightly lower at 11:1, and VTEC kicked in at 5,800 RPM. This produced 200 horsepower at 7,400 RPM with 142 pound-feet of torque. Now, compared to the older B series, the K20 had better torque, more modern tech, and an aftermarket so massive that people would swap these into everything from Miatas, Civics, and even boats. Boost it, build it, keep it stocked, the K20A2 can do it all. People have been able to put down crazy numbers on stock blocks and internals, showing just how bulletproof these engines really are.
Told you maybe 7 No more.
At number 2, we have the F20C. The F20C was found in the legendary Honda S2000, one of the most insane 4-cylinders ever put in a production car. This 2-liter dual overhead cam VTEC masterpiece pumped out up to 247 horsepower and revved all the way to 9,000 RPM. To put that into perspective, that's like Ferrari level output, around 120 horsepower per liter in a Honda Roadster that you could daily. The F20C was built like a race engine. forged pistons, ultra short stroke, oil squirters to keep everything cool. This thing was designed to live at redline, and it does reliably. Plenty of owners have racked up over 200,000 miles while still bouncing off the limiter on weekends. But beyond the numbers, the F20C gave the S2000 its character. It's razor sharp, rewards aggressive driving, and basically makes every on-ramp feel like qualifying laps. To this day, it's considered one of the greatest naturally aspirated engines ever built and an absolute legend in Honda's history. And finally, at number 1, the crown goes to Honda's ultimate all-arounder, the K24. Unlike the high-strung screamers like the F20C, the K24's magic is its versatility. Out of the box, it's a 2.4-liter dual overhead cam VTEC 4-cylinder, making anywhere from 160 to 205 horsepower with a healthy dose of torque. It's not flashy, but it's practically unkillable. This engine is a workhorse. It's found in everything from Accords to CR-Vs to the Acura TSX. It'll happily knock out 300,000 miles with nothing more than basic maintenance. But here's the kicker. When tuners get their hands on it, the K24 becomes a monster. The famous K24 K20 Frankenstein swap combines the K24 bottom end with a high-revving K20 A2 head, creating an engine that has torque down low and crazy VTEC up top. Naturally aspirated builds can push 250 to 280 horsepower. With a turbo and stock internals, this engine can handle 500 to 700 horsepower with ease. The sky's the limit. And the aftermarket support is massive. You could drop a K24 into Civics, Integras, Miatas, even exotics like the Lotus Elise. It's basically the LS swap of the Honda world. It's affordable, reliable, and endlessly tunable. And that's why the K24 takes the #1 spot. It's not just one of Honda's best engines, it's one of the most beloved 4-cylinders ever, period. From daily drivers to track monsters, the K24 does it all. Now that we've talked about the 5 best Honda engines ever built, let's talk about the 2 worst. Taking the second worst spot is Honda's J35 V6 with variable cylinder management. This engine was found in Accords, Odysseys, Pilots, and Ridgelines from the mid-2000s to the early 2010s. On paper, it sounded smart. Shut down cylinders at highway speeds to save fuel. But as was the case with many GM products that also feature cylinder deactivation, it turned out to be a nightmare. The system caused harsh vibrations, fouled spark plugs, uneven wear, and massive oil consumption. Some owners even reported premature piston ring and cylinder damage before hitting 100,000 miles. It got so bad that Honda faced multiple class action lawsuits, and many mechanics actually recommend disabling the system entirely with aftermarket VCM delete kits just to keep the engine alive. Sure, the J35 itself is a solid V6 without cylinder deactivation, but with VCM, it turned into one of Honda's most frustrating engines ever. Finally, at #1, the worst engine Honda's ever made is the P10 A2. The P10 A2 is currently used in the 2016 to present Honda Jazz, City, and some Civics in the European markets. This 1-liter turbo 3-cylinder was supposed to be efficient, but it's been proven problematic over time. An interesting design choice that Honda used for this engine is it does not have an exhaust manifold. Instead, exhaust gases are collected in passages of the combustion chamber. Honda states this design helps warm the catalyst quicker in the catalytic converter in order to more effectively filter out harmful emissions. Now, the main issue on this engine is its wet timing belt, which runs in oil. Eventually, that belt sheds particles that clog the oiling system and starve the turbo. On top of that, fuel dilution thins out the oil, leading to early failures, often before 100,000 miles. Repairs can be very costly on these engines. So there you have it, the 5 best Honda engines ever built and the 2 absolute worst. Which engine do you think deserves to be on this list? Let me know in the comments. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. You know what to do. My name is DC5 James, and I'll see you on the next video.